wish I could move my camera views. Wouter and Seward are nowhere near each other, and it's very, like, discombobulating.
Discombobulating.
Ah, too weird, too weird, too weird.
They're right next to each other for me, so it was just normal. Although I think they're in the wrong spots, which was funny.
I was trying to rearrange
Oh, no, they're in the right spot.
next to each other, but no.
They're in the right spot. That's pretty funny.
No, Fjord is top left for me, and Wouter's, like, bottom middle.
Hey, everybody. My name is Samantha, and you're watching Half Dice Will Travel. And today, we're playing a special St. Patrick's Day one-shot. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Half Dice Will Travel. Today we're doing a very special one-shot because it's my birthday, and I wanted to DM, and I wanted to make my own world, so I did a one-shot. And it might be garbage, but we're going to have fun anyway. This is also kind of loosely our St. Patrick's Day themed one-shot because St. Patrick's Day is the day before my birthday, and I love it. So I made it an Irish-ish one-shot. Okay.
All one-shots are Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes!
Who can just do one shot, though?
Okay, so I guess let's just jump right in.
Is it working?
Yes.
Welcome to Half Dice Will Travel. Wait, do we do the talk?
I did it. I did it.
We have just now started.
There we go. Okay. So, everybody, let me put you over here on the map.
I don't know why. I thought you were about to say everybody roll for initiative. I had that feeling.
Welcome to the Republic of Falinde. Once closed to outsiders, the Republic of Falinde is now one of the most popular locations for travelers throughout the world. Though Falinde is a nation rich with magic, it is only home to the magic of the natural world or the Fae. Rangers, druids, and clerics are common, but wizards, warlocks, and sorcerers are very rare throughout this island. Most magic of an arcane nature was brought here by outsiders. This mystical island, nestled between the Sea of Shadows and the East Pool Ocean, is divided into 3 regions, united within one republic. Though there was a time when tensions were high between these 3 regions, the nations united under the banner of Falinde now enjoy a somewhat tenuous peace. Dorwyn, to the north, once the ancestral home of a nomadic group of high elves, is now home to the largest population of halflings in all of Falinde. Dorwyn has also been settled by humans, half-elves, and a small population of gnomes. Iliel, the forest nation to the west, is heavily populated by forest elves and forest gnomes. Despite modern advancements, inhabitants of Iliel still largely prefer to do things the way their ancestors did, in a time long before such inventions as guns, clockwork, crossbows, or ammunition. The Illyrians live in home crafted from still-living trees and plants. They live in such symbiosis with the forest that their every need for shelter is happily provided by the accommodating woodland. While the elves of the eastern region of Evrend still prefer to live in dwellings made from living trees, Falinde's capital city of Iliel has become so populous in recent years that more traditional dwellings are also very common. In fact, Evrend is the only part of Falinde where all of the friendly races of the world dwell. It is here, in the region of Evrend, in the capital city of Iliel, that our story begins. The Holy Day of Penladhil is a yearly celebration of the renowned cleric of the Goddess of Luck, Penladhil. Tymora blessed Penladhil beyond all others after he famously drove all of the serpents off the island. Each year, on the anniversary of Penladhil's death, a massive celebration is held to honor both the cleric and the Goddess Tymora. Though the Holy Day of Penladhil is a national holiday of Falinde, over the years it has been adopted by all other nations of the world and is now celebrated worldwide as a drinking holiday of sorts. You have recently arrived in Falinde, pulled here by a desire to see how this holy day is celebrated in its native home. Though you each have your own reasons for visiting Iliel, you all share a wanderlust that has driven you far from your homes. I would like you all to now please describe your characters and your motivations for visiting this island nation. So, Nicole, if you would please describe your character.
Um, yeah, how you doing? I'm Chroma. I'm a fighter, as you can tell, probably from my weapons that I got here. These giant ass knives ain't for cooking. Yeah, I got a mohawk. So what? It's how I like to do things. Makes me stand out. A little tan from being in the sun a lot. Like to spend a lot of time outside, and I've always had good battle luck. So Tymora and me, good pals, and who doesn't like a good drink? So yeah, here I am.
All right. Core, would you please introduce your character?
I am Commander Kofa Raskin. Friends call me Kofa. You can all call me Commander Raskin. Commander Raskin is a hobgoblin, and so he's not looked on with the lightest of looks almost anywhere he goes. Kofa Raskin has with him at all times his pike, which bears a standard that was once white and is now red. I don't know why he's here.
Right. Just ended up there.
Commander Raskin goes where Commander Raskin pleases.
All right. Wouter, please introduce your character.
Misa Twig. Misa live near forest in force. And Misa tend sapperlings. And Misa here because lot of sapperlings across nation. So Misa like greens. Misa done.
Mark, would you like to introduce your character, please?
Well, first you just see what looks to be a huge mound of tools. There's like hammers and chisels, and it looks like someone took their entire shed, all the tools in it, and piled it into one location. But then two arms pop out and two legs, and it stands up, and a long neck comes out, and it looks around as it's a giant turtle covered in tools. Uh, he is very tall and muscular, and always has a little hammer and a shield that looks like a gear. And when he speaks, he kind of would like to know what you're doing. My name is Fizzle. Bang! And I'm Tinker. Was raised by gnomes when they brought me home. Boy, were they surprised when I stood up on my hind legs and started talking. Nice to meet you. Mm.
Okay. And Sjord.
Oui, I am Jacques Ranger. I am a Ranger. I am the most fabulous person in the world, and I would like everybody to know that I am the most fabulous person in the world. When I fire my arrow, they explode in a colorful poof. But I'm not a poof. I am Jacques, the Ranger, and I'm here because these motherfuckers all owe me money. So they will pay for all my drinks, and I will drink a lot of them. And I was the last one to go, so they cannot speak against me on this.
All right. This is yeah, you guys made this really easy for me with all those accents and okay. So you arrive in the capital city of Iliel. And is there anything you would like to do?
Misa likes all the trees on this map.
Well, I guess I would like to order something to drink. The most expensive one for the entire street.
Yeah, I want to just get a cheap beer and find somewhere to just sit down, comfortable, hone my weapons.
Commander Raskin would like to look for a place to kick off his boots.
Yes, I'll just follow you guys.
Okay. So as you are making your way up the main street, you are suddenly stopped by a small, somewhat frazzled-looking gnome. He stops dead in his tracks when he sees you. Aye, ahoy there! It is you? Amala sent me to fetch you. The competition is about to begin.
Is it Misa or is it Yusa?
It is you, your group. Amala sent me
But
to
I
fetch
am-
you.
I am Misa. I am not Yusa.
Okay.
Yusa or Yusa.
And he just looks at someone else. Are you the group? Are you the group Amala sent me to find to enter the competition?
Of course, we are the group. It is just another thing I can excel at. So, what is this competition? And
Yeah, what are we gonna win?
Hurry! We must head to the Trickster's Blessing. And he just starts moving in the direction of a large inn. And he just starts running. So he leads y'all.
I'm just saying, we better win something for this competition. We're not doing this just for nothing.
So he leads you here. And this is a small inn and tavern known as the Trickster's Blessing. And as you approach, you see a lot of excitement is going on. This is definitely the heart of the celebration of Penladhil right now. There's music and dancing in the streets. You can see people have brought their ale and their drinks out, and they're just like laughing and having a great time. This is like the heart of the city center right now. And inside, there are a couple rows of tables lined up, and there is a drinking competition that is about to begin. So he leads you hurriedly inside into Amala, who is the female half-elf who runs the Trickster's Blessing. And Amala says to you all, are you the last group? We've been waiting for you. I think you're a bit late, but if you hurry, you can still enter.
we call it fashionably late, so there is no problem. We will enter. You can now start your little teeny weeny competition.
All
Well,
right.
we figured, you saved the best for last, so we showed up last, because we're the best.
All right. I'm so excited to see what you guys do. Hurry! There's 3 other groups. They're all seated beside you. This is your table here, and she gestures to an empty table, and there's a couple cups set up, and a small stack of just copper pieces.
I try and eat one of the copper pieces.
I mean, it's real copper. It's hard. It doesn't taste very good.
Hey, I think...
Just go ahead, out of the shell.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Said, hey, those are our winnings. Stop eating our winnings. We're gonna get it eventually anyway. You do what you want with your share.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Have you never played coppers before? Amala asks you. You actually will use these in the game. It's not your prize. Your prize will be something much greater.
Oh, even better, even better. Hey, spit it
Of
out.
course we knew. We were just joking.
By my calculations, it should take you about a year to poop that out.
Misa thinks
Those
I
are
can do it
interesting
in
interesting
Itamos.
calculation.
Okay, so So this game actually works a lot like quarters. So basically, what the idea of the game is that you are supposed to flip the copper into the other person's cup. So you guys work as a team. Well, yeah. So there's 4 groups. So you're sitting across from one other group, and you will be flicking into that group's cup. And if you get the copper into their drink, they have to drink. And if they get it into your cup, you have to drink. And then there'll be a few rounds, and then presumably there will be one winner from each group, and then you guys will face off between each other. But it does depend on how the game goes, because it's possible that the last man standing could happen before that if one of the other players like passes out drunk.
No problem. I am a giant figure. I will win this.
Okay, so who wants to go first? There's 5 people on each team.
I got this. I walk up, I take one of my knives, I stab it into the table next to my cup, and I'm like, all right.
Okay. So you sit down across from a hulking looking half orc, and I need you to make me, hang on, I just clicked open something. I need you to make me a dex save, please, to see if you can get the copper into their cup.
A dex save.
Correct.
That's a 17.
Okay, so the copper goes into their cup.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, drink up, yo.
All right. And then they have to make a con save. And they save. All right, who is next?
I think Misa understands this game. I will try.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw to see if you can get the copper into the cup. That is a miss. No.
You can just throw it into your own cup.
So,
Misa thought this was game.
so I need you to drink your drink since you missed, and then go ahead and make me a con save, please. Okay. So you did pass your con save.
I like fizzy water.
All right. So next up is going to be one of their players. He's going to try to get the cup. No, that is a miss. And then a con save. And that is a miss. With a 9. So one of the
I'm good at this game, I don't get to drink.
one of the so one of their players just like chugs his drink really, really fast. He's a small little gnome, and he just instantly looks a little bit like, oh, like maybe this guy is not somebody who drinks a lot. Okay, and then another one of their players is gonna go. This is a female elf. And come on, where'd my dice roller go? All right, so she easily sinks it into the cup across from Jacques.
Merde.
Jacques, you need to drink for me, please. So make me a con save. Nicely done.
The Constitution check.
17. Yeah, that's fine. That is still enough to pass. So, okay, so 2 of their players went, 2 of your players went. So it is your turn again, somebody who has not gone yet.
I will grab a coin and get it them.
Okay.
Is this technically a ranged?
I'm sorry?
Is this a ranged attack?
No, you're just making a dex save.
Then
Just throw if you can get the copper into the cup. Oh,
26.
26.
So I think I hit all their cups.
You didn't hit like any of the rim. It just goes like bloop, right in, and it's the furthest cup from you that you actually
I
throw
don't
it
even
into
look
with
at
the
it.
26.
I just go. And it's in.
All right, and they have to make a con save, and that is still a success. So they have one player that is looking a little bit inebriated, but the other ones are looking just fine. So you guys get to go one more time. I don't know who hasn't gone yet, sorry.
That would be me. That would be the commander. All right. He's gonna try and plink a plonk here. Dex save.
Ooh, geez, these rolls are great. So 20, that easily goes into one of the cups across from you.
I refuse to have to stoop to this level, but I'm not drinking anything.
Oh, all right. And a little halfling across from you slams his drink and just is not looking great. And he is actually going to now try to toss, but he has to do this with disadvantage because he is not feeling great after that drink. So, no, he misses, and he's going to have to drink. Still with disadvantage. Nope. He falls to the floor. He is drunk. All right. Is there still one more from your table who has not gone?
Yeah, Fizz. Hey, Fizz. Fizzle. I don't think he's listening to me. Fizzle Bang. It's your turn, man.
All right.
We could always turn them into soup.
Hey, now. Ooh, that was to myself. There you go.
Still enough. Perfect. All right. And so, they still have 4 players in. They've got to make a con save. And that is just barely enough. Alrighty. And then it's going to be their turn again. So we're starting top of the round. 13 is not going to be enough to get the copper into the cup. So he's got to drink, and nope. So now the big half-orc from the beginning is starting to look a little bit greener than usual. And
I try to catch his attention, and I start making lots of movements at him, trying to get him to get really dizzy. You know?
Okay, make me a performance check. Okay.
14.
Yeah, he's not looking great.
You're a lot better before.
All right, and now I think it's Chroma's turn, top of the round, right?
Yeah, that'd be me.
So go ahead and make me a dex save. Ooh, no, not enough.
Oh.
So it just kind of...
I was having too much fun.
Ricochets. You were so distracted by, trying to mess with the half-orc that when you throw your copper, it just kind of ka-ching, ding, and bounces off the cup. Which was much to his saving grace, because he would have been rolling that with disadvantage. All right, and then I think Twig went next.
Misa will try again by aiming at my own cup this time. And maybe Misa will go out of range and I throw it straight down my own cup. Again.
Dude, you just dropped it into the cup. You're supposed to throw it.
I like the fizzy drink. I like it.
All right, go ahead and make me a con save. You've got to drink your
Already
drink.
filled with a 5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you are feeling a little bit inebriated at this point. So any of your very next round, any con saves or dex saves you have to make are going to be at disadvantage.
Sam, did I have to make a con save for you? I feel like I did.
Did you get it in the cup?
No.
Oh, no, you did not. Yeah, I need a con save from you. Sorry. There was a baby crying.
That's all right. I got a 15. Think I can handle my booze.
Yep, 15 actually just makes it. It gets harder with every round, so. Okay, and then who was that? Core or Jock? I can't remember.
I think first was the elfish woman from the other team.
Oh, right, you're right. Right. So, no. And she's going to drink. And that is also a fail. All right, you have, let's see. You have one player on their team that is still looking like just ready to go, but everybody else is looking not so great.
I would then grab a coin and make the last player look bad with a 20.
All right, and so the elfish woman is going to drink again, and she is down. So they have 3 players standing. They have 3 players standing, and you still have 5. Have any of you? Yeah, Twig's not looking great, but everybody else on your table's doing okay. I think they have one more player that needs to go. No, he's down, so it is your turn.
Comrade General, I think it is your turn.
I believe so.
Yeah, Kafka? Kafka, was it? It's your turn.
All right. Might be. Here we go.
All right. Yep, that is enough. And so, let's see. They've got to. Nope. And so they have one more player down. There's 2 players up. One of them is very drunk. And let's see. Their not drunk one is going to go. And he is going to fail his dex save with a 9 and fail his con save. So now they have 2 drunk players standing. And I believe with that it is Fizz's turn.
Turtle time.
Turtle time. Ooh, that is not enough. So Fizzle, I need you to roll me a Constitution save, please. As you drink. Ooh, not enough. So you just it's not that the alcohol is that strong, but it's maybe how quickly you threw it back because you're just instantly feeling very off kilter.
When Fizzle misses the shot, you see like a little turret come up on his shell, and he's like, "No, not now, not now." He slams back the drink and goes, goes into his shell.
So while
Chroma gives him a big clap on the back of the shell.
While all of this is going on, suddenly you hear a loud as 3 players at one of the tables next to you just completely crash to the ground. They're obliterated. We have one table that is completely out. So now it is just you and 2 other tables left standing. It was a group of halflings and gnomes, but they couldn't hack it.
Misa will win this game. Misa best player.
You know, some gnomes, like myself, are just better than others. You know, it just happens.
All right, and with that, I think they only have 2 players standing, so it's back to the top of the round, Chroma, with you.
All right, I got this. As I walk up and I try to, make a little, ooh, you're getting dizzy again. And then I focus, and not so much so with a 5.
All right. You passed your last con save, though, right? Yeah, you did. Okay, so go ahead and make me a con save, please. As you drink your drink. Oh, yeah, you just...
That would be a natural 20.
You just chug it back in, one gulp and slam it down on the table and, lean over, what? It's just beer. It's fine. All right. So it is their turn, and they are rolling with disadvantage, and they miss horribly. Chug their beer. Oh, but with disadvantage. So, too. It was almost natural 20. And they have one player left standing, and he is not looking good. It's that same half orc from before, and he's just.
Misa will finish the game.
Okay. Go ahead. Nope.
There we go.
You don't get it in your cup this time either, though. It just sort of. It goes a little
Misa
further,
won, right?
like you were sort of figuring out how this game works.
Is my con save at disadvantage as well?
Yeah.
No
Misa.
problem.
And you chug your beer, and for 1 second it looks like you're gonna be okay, and then you go down.
That was definitely his best round yet. I mean,
No
just
problem.
all around.
I
No
agree.
problem.
He's
No problem. Misa gonna lie here sleep. No problem. Hang on. No problem.
yeah, he's still awake, but he's like on the ground, just kind of muttering
Okay.
to himself.
I like copper. Misa like copper. Misa like copper.
All right, it is their last player. Disadvantage. All these natural 20s, but it's a 9, so that is going to be another fail, and that is a fail on the con save. So that is it. Their table is down, so you guys won that round.
Night, night, baby girl. Sweet dreams.
As the last half orc who you almost made pass out with your performance just.
Is anybody else a little thirsty? I am so thirsty. I would like a drink. Is this a drinking game?
So you turn to the last table standing other than you guys, because there's just 2 left, and they only have 2 players left, versus your 4, and you guys can pick who goes first.
Misa thinks I should count as half.
Fizzle's little head comes up like, goes, and he goes back down.
I could go for another round. I don't know. How about you, Jacques?
All right, and I think you 2 are the only ones not rolling at disadvantage at this point, right?
Yep.
All right.
I have
Kafka,
not had
how
any
you
good
feeling?
Oh, Kafka as well. Okay, perfect.
Kofa.
All right,
Kofa.
yeah, no, I think we're
Sorry, you
all-
said Kafka, and then
Kofa,
I don't
sorry.
know. Kofa.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Kofa. My bad.
All right, yeah. So whoever wants to go first from your table.
And you can call me Commander Raskin.
All right, Kofa.
Comrade General.
All right, I'll go first. I woke up. Come on. I got this.
And the DC is harder now. Doesn't matter.
Careful.
Natural 20. So just another one, just perfectly in the cup. Nothing, doesn't touch anything else. Just clink right into the
Swish.
beer. And their player has to drink it. This is a very tall and slender male elf with long silver hair. And he actually seems fine, despite the long last round. So he's going to roll. Nope. And now he's not fine. So he chugs the drink, and it's a little off kilter, but still standing. And it is somebody else's turn from your table.
I will grab the coin. A 16?
16 is the DC for this round, so you just managed to get it in. It kind of almost looks like it's going to come out of the cup, but then it like clinks back in as it goes down into the beer.
I totally did that on purpose.
And so their player who's drinking now is at disadvantage.
Excusez-moi, I mean
double
otherwise.
3s. And he is down. So now the last guy standing from their table is the slender, silver-haired elf.
Misa will win this. Misa will win this.
All right.
All right, come on, Captain Kofa, you got.
No, I
this.
believe. Yeah.
Right. we're gonna roll us a dexterity saving throw.
Another natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
My
I
drinking
gotta
game is.
say this
I think you making
this
a
Goddess of Luck
luck
contest.
day
Yeah.
one
Misa
shot.
thinks this game is specifically rigged to screw with your DM.
It's especially funny considering how our last one shot went.
Yeah,
Who's rolling the dice?
Mark, yeah, what are you doing?
I know, right? What's he doing? Okay, so the silver-haired elf is now going to roll his con save at disadvantage, and
For the
it
dice
doesn't
tower.
matter. He goes down. That happened faster than I thought it was, but you guys are the last table standing, and you only lost one player.
Half.
Half
Yeah,
a
go
player.
on. Like I said, we're the best. We're the best.
Fizzle's head comes out, and he lights all kinds of little sparklers and stuff all over his shell, and then just goes back in his shell, and it's like.
I walk over and I start going da 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 da.
All right, so Amala comes back over to your table, and she will go to Twig on the floor, and she will touch him. And as she touches him, he actually suddenly feels all better as she casts Lesser Restoration on you, and you are no longer drunk, and you can stand
Also
up.
known
I
as
feel
Spare
great.
the Inebriated.
Spare the inebriated, yep. And then she's going to go ahead and do the same to Fizzle, who was not down, but I think he was at disadvantage, so she's going to go ahead and try to find a place to touch him. She's really only getting his shell, so she's not sure if it's working.
It's actual
Just trying
recipe.
to. And then she says, "Congratulations! You did a tremendous job. I really thought that you were just boasting when you came in, but you really were the best at this. As a token of winning our annual competition on this most holy day of Penladhil, I award you this. And guys, I forgot to put it in roll 20, but what she is giving you is a magic item." And I mean, you guys can ask her what it does. She's not gonna.
Oh, that's cool. What does it do?
So once a day, it gives you a bit of luck should you need it, and it's shaped like a clover, and it's this like beautiful emerald-looking stone. And once a day, one person can touch it and sort of attune to it. And what they basically get is 1 luck point. So they'll be able to re-roll 1 roll. So it kind of works like the lucky feat, but just 1 time per day. And imagine it's in a little folder right now called Magic Items.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Maybe I should take that for studying.
I don't need luck.
I forgot about that.
You can have it.
I pretty much I'm pretty lucky as it is. I mean, if you want to hold on to it, that's fine.
As you are discussing this, Amala goes around and it sort of helps up some of the rest of the inebriated. You get the feeling that she has maybe expended most of her magic for the day, but she's gonna get them up so they don't drown in their own vomit, and help get them out and into safety, and also just out of her tavern so that there are not people sleeping on the floor. It's bad for business. And then, I mean, you're in the tavern now, so if you guys can order a drink or order food or do whatever you like.
I'm gonna order a drink just because I feel like I didn't get enough in that drinking contest that we excelled at so much. So I'm just
I'm
grabbing
also
my beer.
very thirsty. I should also get a drink.
Are any of you trained in Arcana?
Nope.
No, there was
doubt
not
it.
supposed
What does
to
that
be
mean?
any
Okay.
magic on this island.
So just Fizzle?
Twig.
Oh, Fizzle and Twig are both trained in Arcana? Okay. You can both make me an Arcana check, please. Oh, okay. Both got 18. You both get the feeling that there was something about the drinks during the game that they were almost bewitched, in that it would be it's possible that they were getting drunk a little more quickly than maybe somebody should have on just regular ale.
Okay.
Can I take some of that for scientific things?
Make me a perception check. Natural 20. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna make you sift it off the floor, but with that roll, somebody at the other table just left their drink, just sitting half drink. So if you have something to put it in, you can take it.
I pour it in one of my alchemy vials and stopper it, and then look around and put it in my mouth and go inside my shell. And then I come back out, and it's not with me.
Is there a way for me to use my knowledge of medicine to see if there's a natural way that they tempered with it?
Tampered with the drink?
Yeah.
You can try.
If, like they added any form of whatever this is. Boom.
Between that medicine check and the arcana check, you do believe that it was actually a spell that did it. So some form of magic.
Me godu.
Just then, you all hear a bit of a disturbance coming from the street. People start shouting and screaming, and it's not as jovial and fun as it was when you first came in. You get the sensation that something is wrong, and at that, the tavern door of the Trickster's Blessing swings open, and all of a sudden, all of these snakes start charging towards the tavern, and there are just snakes. There's brown snakes, green snakes, and they are just coming in droves from the street, and people are screaming and yelling. You hear somebody, "There hasn't been snakes here since Penladhil," and they just come running into the bar. Well, I guess slithering into the bar. What do you guys do?
I use shell defense and get inside my shell.
Okay.
And roll on the ground, just like...
Snakes just start rolling over you, just over your shell.
I'm gonna stab the snakes. All of them.
I'm gonna grab.
What did you roll? I think the last thing I have is shell defense. You can just make an attack with whatever weapon you have to stab the snakes. Anybody else try to do anything?
I wasn't sure.
Yes.
I wanna grab.
Is a 21 gonna hit a snake?
Yeah, you actually hit a couple because they're sort of like swarming. So you do hit a couple, and with 14 points of damage, a couple go down. But there's a ton of snakes, and Amala is standing up on the bar now, and she's
I wanna throw a spell in the entrance as they come in.
Okay, what are you throwing?
I'm throwing spike growth.
Okay. And just, yep, perfect.
And anything that moves into it gets 2d4 damage for every 5 feet it travels. It's a 20-foot radius.
Go ahead and roll me the damage.
Do they all just should go on through?
Does it count to the people leaving the building too?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult terrain, so it's gonna slow everybody down.
Oh, wait, there's people leaving? Oh shit, never mind. I just shoot a snake.
You just shoot a snake. Okay, I will allow you to retcon that.
I would
I
like
kill a
to.
person and shoot a snake. I missed up to the flipping coins.
You get one. There's a snake just, I mean, they're not wearing any armor. They're just snakes.
Just never misses.
So they're still swarming, but now that they've taken a little bit of a damage, they're starting to think maybe this tavern might not be the best place, and a couple of them are sort of going back out, but there's still a bunch of snakes.
I want to start grabbing 2 at a time and tying them together and tossing them off.
Okay, go for it. Make me a dex check to see if you can grab a couple, and then I'm going to have you make me a sleight of hand check to see if you can tie them together. So, Dex first, please.
Okay. 10.
Okay, you get one. It's just a snake.
All right, now I'll tie the one into a bow and toss it off to the side.
All right, make me a sleight of hand check. No, you're like twisting it, but it's not really doing anything, and you're kind of pissing it off, and it's just kind of like trying to bite at you, but the way you've got it around its neck, it can't really get its fangs into you.
Alright, so I give up and I just throw it against a wall.
Alright, make me... How do you do throwing? Improvised weapon, I guess? Roll me a d20.
That would be a 7.
You throw it. It doesn't really make it to the wall. It just kind of, plops down on the ground and starts to like flap, and then it's like, screw this, and it just kind of leaves. With the, so there's fewer snakes now, but there's still a lot of snakes. And suddenly, you see this person. Let's see if that worked. Can you see the token? Anybody?
Big token.
Yes.
Big token, yeah. It's just I'm just giving you a visual. Yeah, I'm just giving you a visual. So this big token, you see this woman come into the Trickster's Blessing, and she has this large pet eagle, pointed ears. She's an elf druid, and she comes running in, and you see her sort of trying to discuss something with Amala, who's still hopping around on the bar trying to get away from the snakes. And then Amala just kind of starts pointing at you guys. And then she comes over to talk to you. Hello? My name is Amala. Or, I'm sorry, my name is not Amala. My name is Sandrine. I'm very tired. My name is Sandrine, and Amala told me that you are a wonderful constitution, at least, that you won her drinking contest with relative ease, which we've never before seen. I was wondering if you might be able to help us address this snake problem. Most of the other adventurers in the town are, to put it mildly, pissed drunk.
Commander Raskin hasn't stopped stabbing snakes as this lady's talking to us.
Okay, so
Just
yeah,
for the record.
you're probably just still killing a few snakes out of these, you're
just
whittling the
skewering
numbers down. There's a crap ton of snakes.
I'm basically at this point just like pulling one snake at a time out of the mass and just chucking them so they're separate at least.
This is not how I assumed this was going to go, and it's my favorite thing ever.
I'm just kebabbing snakes with stabbing them on the one arrow.
Suddenly this little teeny speaker on the side of the shell goes off like, if you're receiving this message, I'm either sleeping or hiding for my life. Thank you.
Okay, so Sandrine is sitting there talking to you, and nobody's really paying attention.
All right, Sandrine, was it? Yeah, obviously we've already got this under control in this location. What else can we help you with? I mean...
Well, the thing is, the snakes they've not come here since, to be honest, since Penladhil drove them all out. And there's only one place they could be coming from, and that is, it's in the forest south of here. It's the Stonehenge. It's guarded by a group of druids, and I can't imagine that they would, be allowing this to happen. So I'm concerned that something might have happened to them. If you could possibly head to the stones and try to figure out if that's where the snakes are coming from, and then possibly send them back, it would be quite helpful. We can promise you wonderful rewards upon your return.
I'm sorry, you said it was near a Stonehenge?
It's actually at the henge, yes. There's an area, and that's where Penladhil sent all the snakes back.
Fantastic. Now, could you tell me what is a henge?
It's,
I know what a stone
This
is.
is a good question.
so it's like a formation of stones in a circle. They're natural standing. They look like little tables.
Oh, like a hedge.
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't clear it up much for me.
It's a circle of standing stones in the forest.
Me neither, but she seems very concerned about the snakes and the druids. I didn't want to really, get her concerned about what a henge is as well. I mean,
Misa think it's a lot like Druid Circle.
Yes, are you a druid?
Misa think so. Ari?
Oh, well, that would be wonderful. Yes, if you could help us, that would be great. I'm sure the druids would be more than happy to talk to you. I would imagine if it's gotten this bad, it's because they're not able to control it themselves.
Well, I have already had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking island, so let's do something about it.
seriously, I mean, who expected to see this plane covered in all of these snakes? This is absolutely ridiculous. We should definitely get all these motherfucking snakes off of this motherfucking plane.
I believe I know a druid. He was called Samuel. He might be able to assist us.
Is he a cool motherfucker?
Samuel L. Jackson, he's a very confident snake killer.
All right, we'll go clear up your snake henge situation, whatever. You got anything to give us, like a little incentive?
I think we could probably come up with something when you get back, but I don't think there's time right now. If these snakes don't get under control, I don't know what we're gonna do. It's honestly a terrible day for this to be happening.
Yes, but what about the second breakfast and also the bear?
I mean, I'm sure we could send you with some beer if that's what you'd like.
Yeah, we would like to
Yeah, that's
take egg of bear to the shell of the turtle. He will not notice
Oh,
it.
that's exactly what I was thinking, man. Great idea.
It looks like you did pretty good with the snakes here.
Oh no, there are some on the steep.
Cedrine gestures to Amala, who comes over with, it's like a small keg. It's only about this big. But it's really the only thing that she can sort of like carry and remove, and she brings it over to you. Here. Will this do?
Yeah, that's good. Hey, Fizzbang, can we, you got some kind of system, like a harness or something we can strap this to your shell with?
Yes, there's some things back there you could use. Sorry, I was penning a letter to our new snake overlords.
Well, maybe hold off on that for right now. We're gonna try to work on that whole snake overlord situation.
Very well.
Put that in the back pocket for now. Yeah.
All right. And so with that, Cedrine leaves the bar, and Amala goes and just gets like a broom from behind the bar, and she's trying to like scoot all the snakes out. Do you guys just stay there?
Maybe we should get directions to this.
We already
Henge. This henge.
go, but I was only looking at my own face in this mirror, so
Can I use speech of beast and leaf to ask one of the snakes where the henge is?
speech of the what and what?
Speech of the beast and leaf. Oh, bitch, you better leave. I'm gonna go beast.
I mean,
Yeah, good luck with that.
you can ask, but you
I have no way of
you're
understanding
not.
them.
Yeah, you have no way of understanding them, so you're not going to get a response.
If I'm gonna ask it, and if it crawls to the west, I'm gonna go west.
Okay.
Ask them.
Maybe they can form
Not
like
by
an
us.
arrow.
Could we maybe just ask the bartender who speaks common? I'm sure she's familiar with where the henge
Well,
is.
that would be a lot less hilarious.
This is also true.
This way it has more joie de vivre.
Well, I have never in my life been the brains of the operation, so I'm willing to follow wherever someone who is a bit
Nice one.
smarter than me
Yeah.
may lead.
Nice. Gaat die man nog printen?
Let's ask the snakes and the people.
Okay, well, if he is going to use his speech of beast and leaf to ask the snakes, he does not get a response. They can understand the meaning of his words, but they have he has no way to understand them in return. So they just kind of slither on.
It is a sign from our new overlord. Misa thinks we should follow them. Slither after the slitherers.
Do you talk to the human, or I'm sorry, to the half elf as well?
Okay. I'm gonna go ask Amala where the henge is.
Okay, so Amala's quite frazzled now as she's trying to like sweep the snakes out of her tavern. But she just says, if you follow the trail south out of town past the waterfall, you'll run right into it. It's about maybe 2 hours walk from here. There should be some people to ask along the way if you get lost, but it's really quite easy. It's right along the path.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I tell everyone that, and I say to Misa, I say, hey, Misa, you want to follow the snakes? And I pick up a snake and I throw it in the direction we're gonna go, and I say, there we go, follow the snake.
The snake that you throw immediately like tries to turn back around and head back towards town. The snakes are not going. They're not going in the direction that you are going. As a matter of fact, you're seeing snakes coming from the direction you're going.
All right, fine. Don't follow the snakes.
I think that's a clue.
All right, so for the sake of brevity and to hurry this along, let me get 2 survival checks, please. I don't care from who. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
That would be me.
Survival checks?
Survival.
Let's do the ranger.
That's a good idea.
Not me.
And I need one more person.
Wait, let me just find the button.
Maybe Commander? Commander.
I have survival. Can I assist him? Or should we both roll?
You can assist him, so go ahead and roll with advantage then, please, Sjord.
Oh yeah, that's my data.
Okay, yeah.
25.
You just instantly find the trail that Amala was talking about, and you start heading through the path with pretty much no resistance. I mean, you're walking along this path in a way that there's no trees or branches or twigs. I mean, somehow you're walking along a forest town in like a forest part of the world, down a forest path heading to the forest, and you're just like, do. There's just nothing stopping you. You're just walking right through.
It is like I paved paradise and put up some sort of a parking lot.
Yo, I gotta say, Ranger, you are a very good Ranger.
I am the best everything.
All right. So you walk along the path. It's actually very beautiful. You pass multiple waterfalls and lakes that are so crystal clear that you can see all of the fishes and the rocks. This is a really beautiful world. Everything is very, very green and lush. The forest ground's kind of covered with like clover. You see all of these really interesting creatures that you've probably never come in contact before. You see little fairies jolting around, firebugs. There's very colorful birds of species that none of you would be familiar with. So it's actually a very beautiful walk through this relatively newer land that has only recently been opened to tourists. And you come upon
this really is a beautiful country.
It is not as beautiful as I am, but I mean, it is easy on the.
I feel like Fizzle would just be running around with a giant net, like trying to catch butterflies and shit.
Okay, so I'm putting you guys on the map right now. Okay, so if you guys want to put yourselves in the order that you would have been walking through the forest. Yes, please.
All right, I guess I am next to Mr. Ranger Boy here because we are both scouting.
I don't have a token.
Yeah, you do.
Where is my ass?
It's just way over there.
There are 2 commanders.
Is that not working for you, Nicole?
Oh, are there?
No, all
I
I can see is
cast
the map.
You can't see this token right here? Huh.
You'll probably have to reload.
Yeah, because I think everybody else can see.
Well, while I'm loading, I would have been right behind whoever was scouting.
Okay, I think you'd just be probably here then. We'll just put you at the end. I mean, you guys are all... I don't think any of you are squishy, so...
Yeah, I can be in the back. That's fine. I'll take the...
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, I don't think there's a single one of you that's squishy, so...
Sam, do you have
Yeah, it's all
keys for my beast transformation?
What is your beast?
I don't know yet. I mean,
Okay.
I've got 5,000 options.
Well, we'll figure it out when we get there. Right now you're walking through a forest. Okay, so finally at the end of a couple hours walk through this beautiful land, you come across a bridge spanning a large cavern. It's definitely a man-made bridge, but that is very clearly where the path ends, right here in the bridge, in this clearing. What do you do?
Cross the bridge.
That's it. That's one thing, yeah.
Can I...
Might
I
as
think
well
we're
get closer. Yeah.
That's one hella small smell total.
Wait, what the fuck is happening? Everybody's running all of a sudden.
Well, I think that's the henge over there.
Is there option to make perception check to see if I can see anything moving in the foliage between trees, etc.?
Sure.
These are all
Yeah,
What
you see a couple different figures dressed in green. Some of them have like leaves or even like animal pelts. They're not trying to hide. It's just you see. Oops, sorry, I just moved. You see 4 druids over down near the stones.
In 100% enthusiasm, I sprint to them, waving, "Hello, Miss House, hello."
Hello?
Well, we are talking to the poorly dressed peasants of the forest now.
You see quite clearly a female elven druid with long black hair. And you can quite clearly see... I don't know where this token keeps getting here. You quite clearly can see her... she's definitely, like, upset as you see these snakes pouring out of this sort of large opening in the middle of the stone. So she's, like, waving. She's very friendly, but she's also like, okay, but there's snakes, though. we're gonna theater of the mind this a little bit, guys, because I did not have time to make tokens for these druids. But there are 4 druids guarding the henge.
Misa thinks your hull is leaking.
Yeah, I think it probably is, but we have tried everything and we can't figure out how to make them go back in. And then you see a larger, it looks like a human male druid standing in between 2 of the stones right here. And he says, not only can we not figure out how to get them to go back in, we don't know what made them come out in the first place.
Have you tried putting a lid on it?
I mean, I don't think that would work. The guy says to you.
But you I haven't tried.
No, I mean, it doesn't. That we don't have a lid.
Were you doing anything special when they started pouring out of the cave?
I mean, nothing abnormal. We guard the stones. I mean, occasionally one of us might leave to go hunt or go into the city, but we weren't doing anything different.
Misa has idea. Around hall Yusa has 4 lids. Let's push one on.
Do you have a lid?
Yes, Yusa have lid.
Okay.
You say you got 4 of them right here. 1, 2, 4.
I think they are going to throw your henge into the pit.
So these are like these are truly
These
are truly massive stones. It's hard to get a good indicator of it based on this map, but they're like 3 times taller than you guys are. They have definitely been here forever. This is ancient. You get the feeling it would be very difficult to move any of these stones.
Can I use like Arcana to try to see what kind of magic is causing this?
Yeah, you could certainly try.
Oh, I rolled that to myself. That's great. 18.
You believe it is some form of conjuration magic.
Conjuration, is it? Good.
Does anybody else do anything?
I'm gonna try and push one of the stones.
Okay, go for it. You push and push and push and push and push, and you're just kind of sliding down the stone the harder you push, and it is not budging.
Is there anything written on any of the stones?
You can make me a perception check if you're just looking, or if you're sort of walking around feeling the stones, you can make me an investigation check.
Question.
Yes.
Is it in Druidic? Because if there's something in Druidic, I automatically spot and know what it says.
So there is nothing in Druidic, unfortunately, that you would have seen.
What a lame Druid circle.
I am going to walk around looking for things and feeling up the stones as soon as my character sheet.
Do you want me to click it for you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Investigate.
Investigate. Investigate. That is a 2.
It's a 2.
It feels
there's nothing.
feels
nothing
like
here.
a stone. Feels, there's like parts that are jaggy and parts that are smooth.
I'll also investigate.
Okay.
14.
That's better. So
Then a 2.
I mean, that's not a 1. So you go around and you're not really feeling anything on the stones. I mean, the stones do seem to just be stones. What is your passive perception, Fizzle?
11.
Okay. So they're stones.
My passive perception is an 18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would see that while there's nothing on the stones that you're perceiving, you do see a symbol sort of at the base of the hole, the portal, you will, the glowing thing in the ground. You see a symbol there, and you see do you see that, Core?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you see this symbol sort of at the base of...
I'm gonna point at it with my pike.
Okay.
Does anyone recognize this sigil?
And okay, so now everybody should be able to see it.
Where?
I mean, I clicked show to players. Did that not work?
Nope.
Okay. I'll try again. How about now?
Ah, there we go.
I fixed it.
Symbol of the henge.
Symbol of the henge, huh?
Okay.
It seems to be more and more important that we figure out what a henge exactly is.
Do I have any relatable knowledge of this?
Make me a history check.
15.
You think it has something to do with this actual region? Most specifically, you think it has to do with Falinde as like this area of Falinde. So you think it's got something to do with like their history, but you don't know exactly what it is. It just seems like it's definitely from this region and sort of native to this area. And now, Commander Raskin, you also would notice that right in the middle of that symbol is like almost like a wheel. It's right in the middle.
There appears to be some sort of wheel.
From the other stone over here, the second female druid, this one seems to be just a half elf, comes forward. We've been messing with it, but we can't figure out what it means or what we're supposed to do. I think our ancestors, who put us here to guard this would have done a better job if they had taught us how to use the darn thing.
Indeed.
And there are no instructions anywhere? You've never seen any other instructions or anything, like directions?
Fizzle pulls out a bunch of different tools and he's like flipping through like little teeny chisels and stuff, and he starts tinkering with it, and he will use the ritual identify. I could hear you, but no one else can.
Will you click on that for me?
Okay, so identify. I'm casting this as a ritual.
Okay, so this takes 10 minutes. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so while he is sort of walking around, muttering to himself, tucking his head in and out of his shell, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try and turn the wheel.
Okay, which direction do you turn it?
Clockwise.
Okay, you hear sort of like a click, 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 but it comes all the way back around. It doesn't seem to to sort of get on anything.
I'll turn it the other way.
All right. You turn it about 4 clicks over, and you hear it like lock into place, and you can't move it anymore in that direction.
I appear to have done something.
Is it maybe like a lock? Like you can turn it more the other way now?
You could try.
I will try that. I turn it clockwise again.
All right, this time you only have to go 3 clicks until you hear something sort of lock and slide into place.
I think you have a point.
Like I said, I'm lucky. So,
I'm going to turn it the other way again.
You try to turn it the other way, but your hand it won't move anymore. It's just stuck. It doesn't seem to want to go the other direction.
Whatever sort of mechanism this possesses, we appear to have reached its end.
Ooh. Means I want to press it.
does any?
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Give it a shot.
Jump on it.
So you press it.
My finger is on the button. I press it.
Nothing happens, but as you press it, make me a strength check.
So something does happen. Athletics?
Just strength. It's just pure strength.
Straight up strength.
Straight up
Same
strength.
thing. 5. I'm hella strong.
Yeah, you thought for a minute that something was gonna happen, but it doesn't. It just stays where it is.
Here, let me try.
Can I? Oh, all right. Yeah,
I'm
you go
gonna
ahead,
push
Commander.
it with my 4 strength. Or my 18 strength. It's a plus
so
4.
As you push it, you're pushing it so hard, it won't go down, but it does slide up.
Pull, pull.
And you hear a third thing click into place.
Something has done something.
All right. Well, you obviously got the lucky touch here. Just keep like yanking and pulling and turning and twisting and flicking and bopping. Just keep doing everything.
I don't want to break it.
Yes, Nicole, yes.
All right, as this is going on, Fizzle's spell ends, and he learns that this is, in fact, the mechanism that should be used to control the portal. It would need to be turned counterclockwise 4, then clockwise 3, then up, and then down. Is how you control it.
You nearly had it.
We were so close. Just pull it.
So Fizzle takes the next 45 minutes to explain this to everybody in great detail, like with the most amount of stuttering that he could possibly do, and then he ends like, "So you can press it down now."
I'd
Jacques
like to
is
think,
taking a nap against his shell with his head down.
and I'd like to think that the entire time he's explaining this, myself and Commander Raskin like are just holding on to the wheel, just staring at him, like waiting for him to finish.
I'm going to press it down now.
Okay, did you push it down?
Do that.
Well, with that natural 20 I did.
All right. So actually what happens is it wasn't so much the button being pushed down. Hold for dog, please.
It's the voice of dog.
The voice of dog is amazeballs. Hello,
Dog
this is
almighty.
dog.
So you weren't so much trying to push the button down as what you needed to do was slide it down. But with that strength check, that was more than enough to shift it down. So it's kind of now turned left, turned right, slid up, and slid down. And now it sort of begins to glow almost like a purpley reddish hue. It shifts from like this orange to I guess almost like a magenta, something in between purple and red. And with that, you suddenly hear all of the druids that have been surrounding you all of a sudden start to shapeshift into a Yonti. I guess Yonti is how you say it? Or Yonti? Juanti. And they are screaming. The one that seemed like an elven girl with black hair is sort of looks like part snake, part human at this point. And she's letting out this bone-chilling cry. You should not have done that! And with that, I need you all to roll me initiative, please.
And the turtle beats us all!
That is surprising. A natural 20 from the turtle.
Yeah, as soon as combat comes, he's like all super fast. No more stutter.
He's not slow, he's just been conserving his energy. Now is the time when he unleashes the energy.
You know, I gotta say, Misa Twig, you sound a lot different from the other furbolgs I've met.
Why not?
With your Misa and your Misas, and that's not quite
Have you met
furbolg.
others of my kind? Misa likes to know where. I've never seen somebody of my kind.
You
Please,
haven't
please.
you haven't
Can you
traveled
tell
a
me, sir?
lot, have you?
No.
Maybe they weren't your kind. I'm sure you're a very unique person.
All right, are you guys
Misa
having this
Misa was
conversation?
confined.
Are you having this conversation as combat is beginning?
Yeah. We don't care.
Friends, is now the time for this
Well, we just
conversation.
watched what we thought was people turn into snake people. It was a good time to start talking about our own personal differences.
I think you need one more of the snake ladies.
They're actually going to move on the same initiative. I'm going to have them move
Okay.
together. I decided to do that just to try to simplify combat a little bit, so I hope that's okay. So Fizzle, you are up first. Wow, you guys all rolled really well, and they rolled not so great.
So Fizzle will first he will move back here, and then you'll see him pull something off his back and start like kink 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 tink tink, and he will summon a magical turret.
Okay, and
Right
you
there.
perfect. You have the token for that. Thank you.
And then that's his action. He will move a little bit further back, and he will pour some oil over his hammer and click his fingers, and it lights on fire. And he will use magical arcane weapon as his bonus action on his hammer, and make it fire.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. Jacques, you are up.
It is a good thing that my Juanti is my favorite enemy.
Okay.
What luck again?
I am going to Hunter's Mark the top lady.
Okay, which one?
The top one.
Oh, okay. This one here.
I go Hunter's
This one?
Mark.
Okay. Hunter's Mark. Okay.
And then I'm going to fire Juan's.
I'm sure that hits.
So 8 and then the extra 5 Hunter's Mark damage. So
Okay.
that's 13. And I will same target.
Okay, both hit, so that's a total of 8 and 8 is 16, and then how much Hunter's Mark?
No, it's more because how many times can I Hunter's Mark? Can I add it once or twice?
Every time
I
you
think
hit.
it's every time, yeah.
Okay, so that's an extra D6 and also an extra D8 since I have Colossus Slayer.
Okay.
So that's a total of 10, 16, 26, 32.
Holy crap. Yeah, that is a crazy hit. And she looks hurt bad.
I am Jacques the Ranger and I go straight to face.
Okay. Chroma.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and charge right into this. So I'm gonna run up to this lady since the other one seems to be taken care of, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack her with my gigantic knives.
Somehow
Go all berserker.
these tokens got linked on these guys, but only one of the purebred druids took damage. So
We can't see health bars.
Oh, if it's for the same character sheet.
yeah,
then
it's
it'll-
fine. It's not a big deal. You can't even see the health bar, so it doesn't matter.
Does an 11 hit?
11 just hits. Who were you shooting at?
The one? No, I ran up and I'm attacking the one I'm next to with my knives.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So an 11 hits. So that's gonna be.
Okay, so
Did you turn a short
That's-
sword into a long knife?
it's a scimitar into a long knife. So I'm gonna attack her again.
Okay. So that was
And then I'm
8.
gonna-
The 4 damage as well, right?
I added it. It's all on there, so it's 12 each time.
Okay,
so
I was
far,
just
so
making sure.
24.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna attack her with my offhand weapon with my bonus action. For another 12 damage. So that's 36 damage altogether. And
Okay.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
I'm just
take,
doing this manually since I have the tokens linked, so I'm just writing it down.
That's okay. Is she looking pretty beat up?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my action surge then and attack her twice more. Uh, 13 damage for the first one.
Okay. Yeah, she is down actually.
Okay, then I'm gonna use the rest of my damage in my last attack on the
You're doing another attack?
the snake guy. I get 2 attacks per action.
Sure.
So that was 1 attack.
But you said the rest of
and
your
now I
damage,
get
and I was like, well, you don't get the extra damage.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The rest of my attack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, 25 to hit Snake Man
Yeah, that hits.
for 11 damage.
He
And that's my turn.
he just takes that damage and kind of growls at you.
All right, well, whatever. So you see Chroma go running in, just knives flashing. Ah! And that's my turn.
Okay. Twig.
I'm gonna conjure a flaming sphere.
I'm sorry, a flaming what?
Sphere.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I can move it. So I am going to ram it into this dude.
Okay.
So I'll do, I guess, the 3 damage that I rolled the first time.
Is it a save? What am I? Looks like a saving throw. Any creature.
Yes.
Okay. As a bonus action, you can move the spear up to. If you ram the spear, that creature must make a saving throw against the sphere's damage.
Yeah.
I guess that is Dex.
I guess so. My save DC is 16.
Okay. It looks like Dex.
Yeah, it says any creature that ends its has to make a dex as well. Why does it have advantage?
Because it has magic resistance.
Oh.
And I'm assuming it's a magic flaming spear.
Yep. But it doesn't make it, so he takes
okay.
3 fire damage.
Perfect.
And that's all I do for now. Not completely true.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay up here.
Okay. All right. So, purebred druid takes her turn, and she is going to. Cast. Okay. Going to 10. Okay. So she's gonna cast Poison Spray. And I think that, is this just one creature? Doesn't say.
Towards a creature.
Yeah,
you
I was
can
gonna say, I
see.
think it's just one creature. So, she is going to cast that at. Let's do Kaffa, actually, because Twig's got partial cover. So that is going to be a Constitution saving throw from Kaffa.
Constitution. That's
Okay.
gonna be a 10.
So it is a 12. So that is going to be 8 poison damage. And
How
then
much?
8.
Ouch.
And then as a bonus action, she is going to cast a healing word. Okay, on herself. And move back. Here. Oh no, I think that was all the movement I had left. Okay. And then it is the Malison's turn. And he is not very happy at the tiny creature that killed his friend. So he is going to multi-attack, not at advantage. So that is going to be...
Did you skip Commander Kaffa's turn?
No, it's the Yontai Malison's turn. Kaffa rolled a 9. This one's a 12.
Yeah, I'm next.
Kaffa's next.
Kaffa's next.
Oh, my turn order was all messed
That's
up.
okay. You guys kind of rolled in a way that you were all together, and then they rolled so that they were all together. But you
And
killed one of them, so it didn't matter as much.
Oh,
And
I
it's
see it
Kofa.
now.
It's a long O.
I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with the sheet, though. Because it says... I make a melee weapon attack, but I don't... Maybe it's just the bite? Is that... Oh, it's just 2 bite attacks. Okay, sorry. Yep, I got it. I was confusing myself. So, 16? Does 16 hit?
Me?
No, Chroma.
No, me. 16 is my armor class.
Okay, so that is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can do. Yeah, that's all I can do. And this thing, by the way, is like super freaking creepy looking. It's got like snakes for arms, which is what just bit you. So it has like this regular like creepy snake head, but then it's got snakes for arms, and it just and the first one misses,
Or
but then the second one
snarms.
grabs you.
All right.
Kofa, did you say snarms?
Make me a dex
Yes.
save.
I said
I
or
like it.
snarms.
Sam.
I like it.
Dex save?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was like, what? What's happening? People are saying weird things. Dicks.
I'm confused. Why
Yeah,
why
if
is somebody
it-
making a dex?
If it ends its turn within 5 feet of that ball of fire.
Oh.
That was a check. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if it matters. 17. It's the same roll.
Half of 7, so 3 damage.
Okay.
All right, me go
Okay.
now. I'm gonna hop up, kind of up against this big old rock, and then I'm gonna take a big old stab at the snaky lady
What are you stabbing her with?
with my pike.
Ah, I was like, you're a little far away. Yeah, that hits.
Not for a pike. All right, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to use the help action, which I can do because I'm a master of tactics, and I'm going to give Chroma advantage.
Okay, noted.
And I'm gonna yell, aim for the snake parts.
Which ones?
Helpful Kofa.
And is that just advantage on the first? That's I'm assuming just advantage on the first attack.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the first attack.
Now it is the Yuan-Ti Mind Whisperer's turn. And is going to okay, 60. 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so the Yuan-Ti Mind Whisperer goes, and you see it by the cave. All of a sudden, it casts Fly on itself, and it goes up into the air. You see like this flying weird snake creature, and he is going to fly over towards Chroma. It's going to go right here, and then it is going to cast Eldritch Blast. A 23 to hit, Chroma?
I think that hits.
All right, so that is 13 points of force damage.
Can you do 2 spell actions?
Eldritch Blast is a cantrip.
But an action.
Oh, right. Wait a minute. I think you're right.
So no, you can't. 'Cause
Probably
I
not.
can't do that.
Probably not. No. I'm sure I cannot. I just wasn't thinking.
If it's a bonus action, you can use a cantrip.
Nope. Nope. So it just flies, and it comes over here in the bushes, and it does not hit you. But it is flying up off the ground. It is, let's see, how far is that spell? So it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20. So it is about 35 feet up in the air. And that's using its full movement.
Okay.
And that's its whole turn.
Fizzaloo bang bang. Fizzaloo.
Fizzle.
Fizzle bang bang.
Ranking in the shell,
Okay,
man.
so Fizzlebang will move over here, and he will lead back and throw his hammer at the female Yuan-Ti.
Okay.
Does 22 hit?
Yes. She is down.
She goes down.
Yes.
So you just
She
see
only
that
had 6 hit points left.
as soon as the hammer hits her, little wings go and fly it back to Fizzle's hand, and then he throws it at the Malison.
Okay.
18 to hit,
Yes, it does.
so 14 damage, and then he goes and like points at the Malison, and the turret lights up and goes and shoots at him.
Okay.
Not to itself though. 25 to hit.
Yup.
So it'll do 7 damage, and it'll push him 5 feet backwards.
Okay.
And then he looks at everyone. He goes, "Let's kick some ass.
At first, when Mark told me he was making a turtle artificer instead of a rock gnome, I was a little bummed, but this is really fun. Okay, I think it is Jacques the Ranger, and he's probably going to kill everybody. It's that freaking ranger damage.
I don't know, I'm gonna do something way worse.
To be clear, when I made this adventure, I scaled it for, like, the level of your party, and I didn't know that Fjord was making a ranger, so I'm sorry if it's not as hard.
So Jacques runs up here and he moves his hunter's mark to the flying dude.
I'm just going to clear these off really quick. Okay, Hunter's Mark on the Mind Whisperer.
Yep.
Okay.
And since he's looking at the mind whisperer anyway, he looks at him and says, "I think you are making way too much noise." And I cast silence centered on his face. So he now has a silence orb around him, 20 feet, and he cannot speak or cast spells with a verbal component while he's in the sphere, and the sphere is sent on his head.
Is there a save or anything for that?
No.
Will you click it? Sorry, just because they have magical
Trust
resistance.
me.
No, it's just they have magical resistance, so I just want to take a look at it.
I don't care what he has. I cast this on his face, and then I hide behind this rock.
It's not on him. It's just the fact that he's inside the.
Oh, okay, so
Or
it's
the,
not on him, it's just in the space he's in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
centered on a point you choose, and I choose his face.
So wherever he moves, the orb will go with him.
But there's no save?
Nope.
No, it's just a level 2 overpowered thing that Wizards of the Coast didn't notice, and I'm not throwing it in your trash. Literally. And I feel kind of bad, but I'm still doing it.
You can if he has dispel magic. I hope it's not verbal.
I hope it is.
Okay. Chroma.
It doesn't work like that.
I was gonna say, I just have a feeling it doesn't work this way
It can
because
only be centered on a space. Even if you cast it on his lips, once he moves,
Once he
it
moves.
stays where his lips
It
were.
stays, yeah.
Because I'm like, there's no way that's a spell where it just he can't move out of it. Yeah, creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. It's just
Whatever.
in that it's
You cannot cast in there.
yeah, in that spell, but he can move. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I will run up to the snake man and take another couple swings at him if it's my turn.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I just moved it to you. So you're going to the Malison? Okay.
Yeah, that one. But
Yep.
I run around I keep a distance from that fireball
Sure.
thing.
Yeah,
that
I
looks
assumed
pretty dangerous.
I assumed you don't run into the fireball.
I do not run into the fireball.
I'm
It's a
sorry, we can't
20
hear you.
24 to hit. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you, Nicole. We just can't hear your character anymore.
Oh,
Right, because you are in this circle. Actually,
Oh,
no,
I
because it's
gotcha.
35 feet up in the air, so it wouldn't be.
Oh, that's true.
Because he's flying, so never mind. But yes, that is going to hit, so that's 10 damage.
yeah, 10 damage, and I'll hit him again with my knife.
Okay, and that one's just at regular. Yep. That one's not
Oh,
at advantage.
yeah. I
And
forgot to take it off.
So it's 6.
So 9, 13 to hit.
Yeah, that still hits.
So that's 10 damage. And then I'll hit him with my offhand weapon with my bonus action. That's a 22 to hit. For 10 more damage.
Okay, he is not looking good.
And I think that's all the damage I can do. So I consider that a turn well spent. No, I changed my mind. I can... Oh no, that's a bonus action. I already used my bonus action. Never mind. Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Twig.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm moving.
You're moving where? Ah, I see.
Around the stone and into his back.
Okay.
So he can make me a dex save because I'm running it into his face. And there's my
Okay.
repeat. Boing.
So 3 again.
Yep. And for my normal action, I have no clue. There's not really something I can do. That's an ability check. So now, is there any form of water nearby?
I mean, there's this river.
Wait, I can empty my water pouch. I empty my water pouch as a free action, maybe?
Would at the very least be a bonus action?
Nah, I already used that to move my what's my thingy.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't be a
Everybody's
free
looking
action because think of how long it
fine.
would take for like you to like open something and dump it out.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Honestly, it would probably be an action. Okay, you're done.
I can do shit, so yeah.
Okay. It is the Yonti Malison's turn. And he is real mad. And you killed all his healers. So... he is going to multi-attack again with his little snake hands. I always want creatures with snake hands. And this is on Chroma again, I think, because you're the only one in his face.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm the one right there.
So what, 22 and 23?
Yeah, those both hit.
Okay. And then...
Fizzle looks at you and goes, that bites.
It's going to then just kind of move around you. So it's going to stay in melee with you. It's just moving around you. Get some cover from the stone. Get away from the fireball. So Kofa.
It's still Kofa.
Kofa, I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
I blame all of you.
Okay.
It was my
I blame
I'm going
Nicole. I think
to-
Nicole started it.
That was my fault. I messed it
Yeah.
up first. I'm sorry.
And then everyone just was like, "Oh, that's right. It's fine."
Kofa, 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 Kofa.
I'm
Yes,
to Well, first I'm gonna can't move through rocks, can I?
I mean, unless you
I
have a
guess that's-
special talent I didn't know about on your character sheet.
Oh wait, I guess I can just walk over here, and now I'm in range to smacky.
There you go.
Bring the wacky, and roll a critical fail on that.
That's gonna miss.
I'm guessing that's gonna miss. However, I'm then going to cast Healing Word on Chroma and heal 5 hit points, and use my Voice of Authority ability. And now Chroma may make an attack action as or no, I think it's just an attack. It's a weapon attack. You can make a single weapon attack as a reaction
Okay.
if you want to. I guess you don't have to. I just won't use it if you choose not to.
Can I do that right away?
Yeah,
you
it just
have-
takes
it's a
away your reaction.
That's
It's a
fine. I'll
reaction.
do
You got to do it.
Do
Right
it.
that
now.
idea.
Smack him.
That
I
does
wasn't
not hit,
expecting-
unfortunately.
I wasn't expecting a chance to attack again.
I'm sorry. That does not hit.
Thanks, though. I feel better.
So now it is the Yonti Mind Whisperer's turn. And he is going to fly over here and dip down. So let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so it's about 35 feet up in the air. Okay, so it's going to fly down to about, well, I guess not that far, just range for this. So actually, yeah, it doesn't have to fly down at all. So it just moves over, but it's still 35 feet above. And it's going to cast Eldritch Blast on Chroma for 17 to hit.
Is he out? He's out of the sphere there?
I mean, he's over on the other side of you. I think it was a 10-foot spear.
20.
20, so.
It's a 20.
I think he's still in.
Okay,
But
then.
since you're dodging, dipping my second spell anyway, you just move him. Yeah, that's exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say either way, he's still gonna hit me.
I mean, the range
Which
on
is
that,
weird
the range
because
on
he would
Eldritch
know.
Blast is very high.
Oh yeah, no, it's ridiculous. No, you're good.
But where is that spear? I should probably draw it so I don't forget where it is.
All right. Well, I took the down.
Where was it? It was like somewhere over here.
Sam, it doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But around that area, yeah.
Okay.
You're muted.
Sorry, I said I think that's all I can do. Just 1 second. No. No. Okay, yep, that's it. So yeah, it's gonna stay where it is, but it is still 35 feet up in the air. Feasel bang.
Okay, Fizzbang will throw his hammer, but he is out of the minimum range, so I will have disadvantage on these attacks. So he will throw the hammer twice at disadvantage. 24 to hit
Yes, that hits.
and 12 to hit.
The 12 does miss, however. So I mean, I'm assuming you're at the Mind Whisperer.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So.
And then he will make his turret attack the Whisperer as well. 8 will miss, for sure.
Yes.
And that is his turn.
Jacques.
you slippery fucker.
Quoi?
Yeah, he's pretty intelligent. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had him.
Do both of those hit?
I think. Yes, they both hit. So do I add anything to that? Or is it just those straight rolls for damage?
Hunter's marking, colossal status.
Wait, did I do that correctly?
So Hunter's Mark would be
I think I did.
how much
So
per
8
attack?
20, 28. I rolled kind of shit.
Sure, I already deleted the damage for the first two, though. So what was the Hunter's Mark damage?
No, it's 28 in total.
Right, but I already subtracted.
So 8.
Eight. I see. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Math is not my forte. Okay. Jacques. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah, I dug back behind some.
Yep, sounds good. Chroma.
Well, I want to use my bonus action first to regain some hit points. So I'm going to go ahead and regain 7 hit points.
Sounds good.
I thought so. And then I'm going to attack the snake guy, the blue-headed snake-armed man, Snarmy.
Yep, the one that's still in melee with you.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
Makes sense. Yeah.
23 to hit.
That'll
that is
do
for
it.
13 damage. Does that knock him down?
He had 1 hit point left.
Sweet. And other guy is still flying 35 feet
It's
up.
about 35 feet up in the air.
I have my throwing axes strapped to my belt. It would be an action to pull one off, right?
I mean, I think if you drop the weapon you're holding, you could grab it. You just wouldn't be able to sheath it.
Alright, I'll drop my offhand weapon and I'll grab a hand axe and chuck it at the guy who's flying.
Okay. And what's the range on the throwing axes? I'm sure it's within 35. It doesn't matter.
2060, so it would have been disadvantage.
It would have been disadvantage, doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't hit anyway, yeah.
Okay.
So
it's a good try.
that's my turn.
The axe just goes somewhere near the little portal.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Tvig.
How far was the mine thingy up in the air?
He's only 35 feet up in the air.
So if I were to move my sphere in a diagonal line towards him, I would be able to get
How high off the ground does your spear go? Because he is up in the air.
30 feet.
So you'd move it. You'd have to move it 5, and then you'd have to move it up.
Yeah, but I'd already be going diagonally from the square it's in right now.
You can move it 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna just.
Technically, I want to do it
just
here,
be
but
below
like.
him. Right, so he's
Okay,
35
so it
feet
will
up,
hover
and
on
he's
30?
5 feet over. So even if you send it diagonally, it's not gonna quite get there. It's probably within.
I don't have
5
to hit
feet.
him. I just want to hang it next to him.
Yeah.
If he's within 5 feet and he ends there,
Sure. Yep.
I just want to like fucking
He's within
hurry
5
him up.
feet. Yep. It would be like right below him, like he can see it. It just wouldn't like move into him. Do you see what I'm saying?
And as my action, 5, move underneath him and cure wounds on a 2nd level to Chroma.
Nice.
Ah, she's not even here. Lame-o.
Aw, well, I saw it. That was nice. That's good heals. I think I can give it to her, right? Yeah. I healed her,
Good.
so she's good.
Good.
Okay, Kofa. Did I say it right that time?
Yes, you did.
Yay! It's your turn.
Can't jump 20 feet, unfortunately.
That would be
but
cool as hell.
It would be pretty dope. I don't think Kofa actually has any ranged attack uses.
For a fuckload.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to cast Bless on my 3 buckaroonies. Fizzbang, Jacques Darringer, and Twig. And one of you gets to have a reaction to do a weapon attack. I'll let y'all decide.
Jacques, because he's the only ranged.
I figured that would be your guys' decision, but I didn't want to...
So you blessed Fizzbang, Twig, and Jacques, right? Is that right?
I will
It was Fizzlebang,
fire them.
Twig, and Jacques
Yep.
Darringer.
Got it. Yep. That does miss, unfortunately.
Even with a 4 bless thingamajig.
Yes, it just misses with bless.
Yeah.
What did I even bless?
He has the highest AC of all of them.
For my bonus action, I'm gonna help Jacques Darringer and say, try aiming a little to the left. And now you have advantage on your next One.
You should have done that before I made the attack.
I would have had to do it before I cast a spell, which I didn't have the foresight to do. My B.
All right. Is that your whole turn?
That's my whole turn.
All right. So the Yonti Mind Whisperer is now going to fly down. And it is going to be just right above Twig. And it is going to...
How far up is he?
He was 35 feet. He's got 60 flying speed, so he's going to fly down.
All the way down to the ground?
Mm-hmm. To right above you. He's not down on the ground, but he's like within melee range of you.
So
And
10?
I think melee is 5 still, right? Unless it's a reach weapon.
Oh, he is in melee range.
Yes, till he is in melee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
I think he's just hovering.
He's
5
like
feet off the
he's not on the ground. Because why? He can fly. It just seems like, that'd be
He
silly.
can fly.
So, and he is
He can
going
fly.
to make a scimitar attack. Does 14 hit? Twig?
Nope.
14 does not hit. And then, so it gets, so it gets a scimitar attack and a bite attack.
Oh,
And a 17 hit.
that hits.
Okay, so that is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. I'm so bad at math. And it gets it gets this. So the first time it hits with a melee attack on its turn, it can deal an extra 3d10 psychic damage, so 13 extra damage. It was a
That's
terrible
fine.
roll.
Oops. That's not minus 14. There you go.
I actually can't see you because you've got a big fireball above you, so I'm like, okay, it's taking damage. Oh, it's fine. I just think it's funny.
I know.
And that's it. It's gonna stay there hovering. Actually, no, it's gonna fly away. It's gonna go back up 20 feet. It's gonna take the attack of opportunity if you want to make it. Twig.
Also, Kofa can now reach it from there with his pike, maybe, perhaps?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Both Kofa and me get a attack of opportunity because
Oh, you got a reach weapon. Yep. Yep, that's fine.
Would I also get an attack of opportunity if he was right above Twig? That would be within 5 feet of me too, wouldn't it?
He's only in melee with Twig. Well, and Kofa, because he's got a reach
Think
weapon.
that.
Right.
I think that
Kofa
knive's gonna
6
hit.
balls 5. Where's my Vapa?
So 9 does
My
miss.
+7 to hit is not doing me so hot when I'm rolling 2s and 1s.
I mean, that's you guys like annihilated the other people, and this is the only combat in the adventure, so it was supposed to be really hard. So you're doing good.
Wat is een goed wapen
Oh,
voor een
you know what?
oorlog?
In that case,
Nee, ik heb shield.
I'm going
come on.
to.
Twig, did you make your
wait,
attack
that's
of
not
opportunity
gonna
yet?
hit anyways.
He forgot to load a weapon. Give him a moment.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
G6.
Dumbass.
No worries. I wasn't trying to rush you.
14.
14 hits even without bless, so that is gonna be.
And without Shillelagh.
Yep, and it's going to so when it like flies up away from you, but it's not gonna fly right into your fireball because it's not stupid. So it would be
How high up is he?
20. He went up 20. So the fireball probably wouldn't be in his way anyway. But he's an
No, it's
intelligent creature, so he wouldn't like fly straight into a fireball.
No, I get that, but right now he's in range for me to crash the ball into his face on my turn, so.
Oh, that's fine.
Perfect.
Here's the
Kofa,
bang.
were you doing something else? Oh.
Mark, you're muted.
Okay, so Fizzbang will just get kind of right underneath him, so he's within proper range. And he will throw his hammer at him. 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And 18.
Also hits.
So you're gonna have
Nice.
a lot of damage.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Hang on. I'm doing math. How
25.
much? 25? Oh, guys, so close.
And then he will command his turret to shoot it. Shoot, turret, and miss horribly. Fuck you, turret. Self-destruct.
Dude.
Is it close enough?
No,
It's
Oh.
it doesn't.
That would have been epic.
I think it kills me.
I was gonna say that would have been. That's only 9 damage. That would have been epic if it
No.
was within range.
You're on the
And
other
that
side of
is
the
all that
stone.
he will do.
Jesus.
That's a pretty good turn.
Finish it.
All right, Jacques the Ranger.
Don't forget you have advantage and bless.
And bless, yep. I've got you guys marked, so I'm trying
Okay, so 12 and bless.
Bless isn't gonna do it, even if you roll max. I think that's what you rolled last time was a 9 too.
Which you didn't.
Right.
Oh, it's 15. 12
My
plus.
powers are wasted
Oh,
on
oh,
all-
right. Because what did you have else? Other.
It's an advantage thing. I shot the first one with advantage and then bless, so that's 15 for 14 damage.
Oh, yep, you're right. I just didn't see the first one. I'm sorry. I only saw the 9. Okay, so that does hit. So it's the first one. So 14 plus what now? It doesn't matter. How do you do this?
I shoot him back into the silence orb, so he cannot scream while he dies, and then he just falls to the ground, sad and lonely, without monologuing.
Okay, so he flies backwards into the silence orb, and then you just hear him go, or you see him, and then he droops down to the ground and just kind of flaps there like a snake.
As I said, I am amazing. Now, can we close up this sneaky pit?
Do you go over to the portal?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a perception check.
I'm super perceptimus. Give me a sec.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So, now that you are looking at it after it's sort of been unlocked, you can see this writing appear, but you are not capable of reading it. It is not a language that you know.
Monsieur Twig, I think you could take a look at this. It is in a language I do not quite comprehend as well as any other.
Is it in Druidic?
It is in Druidic.
What does it say?
Put
It says, the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space, the beginning of every end, and the end of every place.
I share this with the group.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Wait, could you type it out?
Mm-hmm. Very easily. Give me 1 second.
Is the answer E?
It is.
It is
It's
E.
gotta be.
Yep, it's E. So it starts glowing, and then, so that's on the top of the mark, and then now on the left side, where the next knot is, you see another phrase form in Druidic.
What is it?
At night, they come without being fetched, and by day they are lost without being stolen.
Stars.
Yeah.
Stars.
So then the third one, now it's onto the left side, starts glowing again in Druidic.
Humana, give me the info.
There was a green house. Inside the green house, there was a white house. Inside the white house, there was a red house. And inside the red house, there were lots of babies.
Watermelon.
Fuck, how'd you get that so fast? It is a watermelon.
I'm good at riddles.
Yeah, I know. That's why I actually put this part in just for you and Sjord. Because I was really trying to make this fun for you guys.
Thanks.
So with that, the whole symbol starts glowing, and the circle around it starts spinning. I don't know if you want me to show it to you guys again so you can remember, but so the green circle sort of in the middle starts spinning around, and then all of a sudden it starts spinning faster and faster and faster, and all of the snakes in the forest start getting sucked back into the henge. And you get the feeling that if you let it go for a while, it's all going to eventually get back into it. When you also see like the dead bodies of the Yuan-ti get sucked back into it. So even like the Yuan-ti dead bodies get sucked back into it, and they disappear.
Yeah, let's just let this thing run for a bit, huh?
Let it
Jump
continue in
for
its
bigger
cycle.
adventure.
And it's not affecting you guys. It's not affecting anything else in the forest, like twigs or rocks or trees.
Fizzbang puts his turret on his shell and then gets inside the shell, but not before yelling, "Fire at will!"
Who is Will?
Dive behind this rock.
Kofa jumps in front of the blast.
I run right next to Fizzle.
Do I find any of this threatening?
I mean, it's not threatening you.
Can I jump in?
I mean, you can try.
I'll jump in.
You are not able to. There's like a, for you, there's almost like a invisible barrier where you could even like walk on it and it wouldn't have any impact. It's just sort of taking in all of the snakes.
Look at Misa.
All right, and I know Nicole needs to go. So for the sake of ending this here, you guys make your way back into town, and you are rewarded with, free drinks and a stay at the tavern, and you're highly regaled. And they say that, the next year, the Holy Day of Penladhil will also celebrate you brave adventurers who banished the snakes for a second time.
We will be back to defend our title at Coppers next year.
Fuck yeah!
Misa will win again.
Sorry, I was reading something.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was
I didn't
trying
know you-
to see. I was trying to see if I could grapple somebody and transform into a swarm of piranhas, but might not be the most logical thing to do.
But it might be the most fun thing to do.
Yeah, but I'd be choking, so I'd probably kill myself on land.
Okay, so
One
you'll
way to
have 9
find out.
turns, and then you'll die. So 9 turns before you choke to death.
So, sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I was just making a joke. I said, you don't sound like the other furbolgs I've met.